Ciao, benvenuti al Grande Premio d'Italia. We're here at the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. We're here for the season 22 Italian Grand Prix. And I'll tell you something, this is a very special day for the STB Racing League. Today actually marks to the day the first ever Bahrain Grand Prix of STB, which was the first ever race of the whole journey that we've been on. This is now 9 years, and I'd like, before we start the evening's event, I'd like to say thank you to every single person that has competed in the league, every single champion, every single person that's even done a lap in the league. You've obviously made it possible for us to continue running as well, just running on the game and just having this incredible journey. I'd just like to say thank you to our current commentator who I'm commentating with today, Pistol. He's definitely uplifted the commentary and the streams the last few weeks, so definitely we definitely appreciate him. And you can join him and Maffio tomorrow for Tier 2 Monza. We're celebrating the 9 years all week this week, as in Season 1 it was a Monday and Friday race in the week. So all this week we will be celebrating with various uploads on YouTube. Classic races will be uploaded. We've got the Italian Grand Prix this week. For Pistol, today we have got the Tier 1 Italian Grand Prix live from Monza, the Temple of Speed. Thank you again. Welcome to Monza. Much better attendance than last week. We're here for Monza Italian Grand Prix round 13. What can we expect from this race on our 9th birthday?
Well, lots and lots of action, like there always is here in Tier 1. Well, maybe not Austria, but Monza, of course, being a very low downhill circuit, you get a lot of high speed with very minimal turns. In fact, the total amount of turns here in Monza is only a minimal 11. With the also track being 5.793 kilometers long, you can imagine that the straights are quite long. And one of the most famous or infamous turns in F1 history is on such beauty of a track. It is Parabolica, which you can just see Ishkin is going through right now to try and start a lap time to beat out Boas for P1 here inside of the qualifying session. He now opens up his DRS, and what I've learnt from actually being in time trial and doing consistent laps in Monza is that some of the most trickiest turns is that second chicane. And we're going to see how Ishkin can go through that second chicane very shortly. Such an unpredictable turns, or a couple of turns. You usually do get a spinach if you to get a little bit of yeah, you can just see a little bit of corn on that inside, that little sausage curve that you can just see. If you catch a little bit of that, you will spin. Now going through the Lesbos, I'm going to call it the Lesbos. I don't want us to get banned on Twitch. As Ishkin goes through the Lesbos, he's now going to go into a Sky, which I also found to be one of the most trickiest turns for me to try and master. Can Ishkin get it just right? Into the left-hander they go. Now into the right-hander, right in that curve on the inside. Make sure not to spin. He makes sure to do that. And here we go. It's Ishkin. Gonna go into Parabolica. Can he complete so far what's been a neat and tidy lap? Can he potentially get P1 here in this qualifying session? Can he get pole? Gonna come across the line here. The Raging Red Bull across the line here in Monza. Can he get P1? Across the line he can! 119.134 at Boas. The pressure is on you, and oh, he's made a massive mistake on the exit of that second chicane.
Sorry,
mistake.
Pistol. There's a slight noise coming from your mic while you're talking.
Is there?
It's like I can't really. I'll have to show it you now. Hold on. It's like I can't really. I'll have to show it you now.
What?
Guys, the sound might be bad on our end. People are saying the sound's bad. The sound may be bad. Because on the Twitch, the co-commentator just has really bad net. So, well, really bad voice quality.
That's probably what they're referring to. If that is what you're referring to, that glitchy sound that Maldi has, that is just simply Twitch being Twitch. and it does that quite a lot for a person in the background for party
You're
audio.
just gonna have to put up with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's nothing we can do.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. But while everyone has been complaining to us about the sound, we've actually got a whopping 8 people in the lobby, guys. In the God forbid, 8 people in the lobby. 8 people in the stream. I just got a 119.1 last straight. Well, Magni, you're starting at the back of the grid, so booyaka. But yes, guys, those of you joining, it is the STB Racing League 9-year anniversary. I will be going through that quite a lot tonight. It's a big thing for us. So thank you everyone for joining us and celebrating the anniversary with us this evening. First is Effie Ishkin. His league race got cancelled tonight due to technical problems over in Turkey. So he's decided, well, we might as well just celebrate the anniversary today and bang on pole position. Absolutely, we'll have all the poles. Second is Primo, his name is. Third is Boas. Fourth is Adam. Fifth is Semike. Sixth is new driver FG Daniel. Seventh is Mafio. Eighth is Patrick Degec, all the way from Czechia. Ninth is Ali Ferrari. 10th is Canton Dobra back in for us tonight. 11th is Kroken. 12th is SK. 13th is Julian. 14th is Rick. 15th is Danny. 16th is Magni. And 17th is Kevin. Roots, darling, roots. So,
Thank you.
Yeah. You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick.
And you gotta be also quick in
if
the
those got
tracking
Pistol, one moment. If everyone could just say in the comments whether the audio is better. I've turned the noise suppression off, so hopefully it should on or whatever the setting is, it should be a little bit better now for you guys. Just let me know if the audio is better.
Well, a big member.
Anyway. Yes, Pistol. We are here in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, round 13 of the season. Semike is actually missing next week. He's going off on holiday, so the lucky bastard. So, it's going to be very difficult, I think, for Semike to win this championship now. I'm not going to lie to you, unless Boas has a very bad race here in Monza and Sem can pick up the pieces. I really can't. Unfortunately, I can't see Sem picking up a second championship, and I think Pistol next week in America. Boas could easily, win the championship in USA.
Well, I mean, I can give you the information on the gap between Sem and Boas, and the gap is 35 points. So it's not too bad, but of course, Boas would have to absolutely bottle it right at the end of this season in order for Semike to get even a whiff of that championship trophy. And so far, he's done well this season, but definitely not up to the standard that he performed last season. We'll see if he could potentially pick up points to close down that gap going into next week, which is USA, like you pointed out, which he cannot attend, which is very unfortunate. But going on to strategy and what's going to be in the minds of the drivers here tonight, well, it seems like it's only going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers on the mediums. Everybody else will be on those hard-set compound tyres. On the mediums, it's the Ferrari Putti. You got Kevin Byland, Magni, Danny, and Canton Dobra. All those people on the medium tyres. Me personally, I much prefer hard to medium tyres, considering that it's the end of the race that really counts in my eyes. The start of the race, you're just trying to put yourself on the map. But with that quicker compound tyre, Maldi, do you think that Putti will be able to actually overtake Ishkin on the start of this Grand Prix?
We'll have to see. He's a very quick. He's not been with us for a few times this season. He's only a reserve, of course. He raced in Saudi Arabia, so he had a very good race there. Hold on, Pistol, your stream's lagging right now.
Yeah, for God's sake, man. Yeah, it was lagging on my screen. Ishkin was lagging on my screen as well. Hopefully my net can sort itself out. We'll see though, as Ishkin on the... Of course, what is going on in the background? Oh, for God. it's Ishkin, Porty. You also got Boas, Alan Lundell. You got Semi K, Daniel, Maffio, Segech, Ali Ferrari, Canton Dobra, Kruken, SK, Julian. You got Rickvo. You got Danny, Magni, and Kevin Byland all ready for those 5 red lights. Five red lights. Green light, go, go, go! 9 years in STB, and we're under a go here in Monza, and Ishkin not getting off to the greatest of starts. You can just see the Ferrari of Porti here, looking for that inside lane, going into turn 1. Ferrari versus Red Bull. The Red Bull goes deep into that first, and there's contact on the second turn. You could just say the rejoining of track there.
Sends up to P2, sends up to P2, Pistol. He's going for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix here.
He's got past Burrs, and now he's looking to get straight off the start. This is a fantastic start here by the Red Bull, comparing to his teammate. He's absolutely high flying here, looking for a switchback manoeuvre potentially on Porty, but he's not going to get it on the exit of that second chicane. Maffio moving up positions. He's past the Haskar of Daniel, going into the Lesbo, and you can just see Segech side by side here with the other Haskar, which is Kruken, going down into that other deep right-hander. No contact made between the two of them. Maybe some contact made between SK and Kruken. I'm not too sure though. Going back up to the top though, well, Kruken's getting very close, going down into that Ascari section, but going back up over to Semi-K. Can he get past Porty off the start here of what's been so far fantastic Grand Prix for Semi-K, climbing up positions after position. He's up into P2, he started P5, going into Parabolica. Can he get the rundown, going into turn 1 and potentially get the manoeuvre? SK moving up positions. Segech is going to have to obey that pace of the Alfa Romeo. Down the inside he goes. Will the Ferrari have to obey the pace of Semi-K though, as we'll pull on the telemetry? How much ERS has Semi-K used? He's used actually less than Porty. That's going to be very crucial here into the second lap. Segech is not looking, is looking to go for a move here on SK. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. What do you think of this start of the Italian Grand Prix, Maldi?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Pistol has got himself ahead of Magni now. Magni's had a pretty poor start, not what he's used to in Tier 2. He's got Effie on the back of him now. Effie had a bad start. I don't know what happened. Pistol, maybe Effie, I don't know, was involved in a collision or something. Something went down with the Red Bull that allowed Semi-K to really get himself up into P number 2, ahead of Boas.
Sorry, hello? Hello? Oh no, there's a massive spin! And that's Semi-K! He's dropped down into P9. My controller disconnects. I'm back with the controller, now reconnecting. And Semi-K, right on my screen, has dropped from P1 to P17. Does this mean that the championship battle is over, Mousy?
Oh, there's no... Hello, are you still here with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Pistol. I didn't see Sam spin, but yeah, that's great news for Danny. And there's a good little battle going on here. Oh God, what's going on here then? Kevin span off the track there.
There's another spin, I think, upfield. Actually, no, there isn't. I'm just hallucinating. Apparently, as we go down into that second.
Yeah, there was a spin. Sorry, Pistol. It was Kevin. Kevin span off, I think. Did something.
So Bo is taking a look to hack down over to Porty, as you could just see Segech almost sitting straight into the back of SK, going into the Lesbo, going into the second Lesbo now onto the exit. DRS going to be wide open, going down into Ascari. What can the Aston Martin do? Can he get close enough? But Magni's getting close enough here to Ali Ferrari. He's been pushed out, squeezed out to that right hand side. Side by side into the Ascari section. A little bit of contact between the two of them. The Alpine maybe losing a little bit of his front wing due to that squabble. But he's come out of it alive nonetheless. Looking to get the rundown on Ali Ferrari going into Parabolica, but he's not going to get it. And we'll see what he can do going down into turn 1.
Can you hear me now? Sorry, Pistol.
Yeah.
Rick spun there on Ascari. I think my mic had a little bit of a problem there. Magni is past Ali Ferrari with those. Looks like he's using quite low wings here. And now you got Danny alongside. You got Patrick Segech on the outside of SK here. It's going to be quite close into turn 1. It looks like he still keeps the vision, just SK stays in P7, but I don't think he's got the pace at the moment, Pistol, really. I'm not going to lie.
Well, here he
Magni's
comes.
got overtaken.
Well,
Magni's got overtaken by Ali Ferrari now.
Here on SK, down the inside, the Aston Martin goes into that second chicane. Alfa Romeo versus Aston Martin. Aston Martin comes out on top. Segech able to take the manoeuvre around the outside, and he gets the overtake on SK.
Great overtake there from the Czech driver. That was actually really nice.
Oh, that wasn't nice though. Big wobble on the exit there for Segech, and now SK will get a run down. No, he actually is not. He's not going to get as big of a... No, he is going to get a big run down. Never mind. Maybe into the Ascari section. No, he isn't. Going down into Parabolica though. Can the Alfa Romeo catch up to look for an overtake here on the Aston Martin? I don't believe he will. He's going to have to burn a little bit of that ERS in order to do so. And I don't think he's willing to take that risk so early on into this race. But Ali Ferrari getting very close to DJ Danny. Danny was involved in that little squabble. He's now come out of that alive. But here comes Magni. Look at the speed. Look at the pace he's got going down onto that AlphaTauri. Look at this. This could be 3 wide going into the first turn. The AlphaTauri, the Alpine, and potentially the Merc. Look at this. Beautiful racing on track. 3 wide going into turn 1. Magni looks
There's been
up.
contact.
There's a spin.
The
SK's gone round. And it looks like Ali Ferrari's got contact as well. And he's gone wide because of it. 2 wide. And just behind that, there's 3 wide. Absolutely fantastic racing here on the 9th year anniversary. Absolutely fantastic stuff as Segech gets close to DJ Danny, but he's not prepared to go for a move.
Pistol. Daniel's up the inside of Maffeo here.
And
he's up to P4 now in this race.
But Maffeo looking for that switch back down into the second turn here in the Lesbo. Looks like Daniel's looking to have that DRS going down into Ascari and potentially looking for that move going down into turn 1. What happens there?
Also, sorry, Pistol. I wouldn't say that turn 1 was magnificent because, well, SK got hit, so I don't think it was that magnificent, to be honest with you.
Well, in terms of drama, it is pretty good. But here comes Segech, once more looking for the overtake on DJ Danny. You can just see Magni just up behind, looking to creep up. Potentially some more battles commencing here on the 5th lap here in Monza. We'll turn on to the 6th lap very shortly. This could be a potentially another 3 wide moment if these drivers are not careful. Here we go, DRS here. Segech has got the pace here on DJ Danny. How many positions is DJ Danny going to lose? Oh, look at this. Magni's also coming with it as well. Is it going to be another 3 wide moment? No, it isn't. Side by side between the Alpine and the Mercedes. Mercedes hits the back of the Aston Martin. And it looks like the Merc was just boxed in like a fish and had to hit the backside of the car in front. He might have lost a little bit of front wing with that one there. And you can just see the 2 AlphaTauris going side by side. That's Ali Ferrari and Kevin Byron. But now it's an AlphaTauri versus a McLaren that can potentially be versus an Alpine down the inside. The AlphaTauri goes of the McLaren. Canton Dobra versus Ali Ferrari.
And there's been a tap. Ali Ferrari's been tagged. I think that's by Canton Dobra.
And it looks like Manley had to cut the circuit there to make sure he didn't spin out on the track, make sure that he hasn't got any contact with Segech very early on in this Grand Prix. What a fantastic race this is turning out to be so far.
This is crazy.
Fantastic.
This is mental.
Here comes Daniel looking for the overtake on Maffeo here. You can just see Segech in the background. Well, not in the background, but you can see down into PH. He's got a 3-second time penalty.
Pistol, sorry, Pistol. I don't want to jinx anything right now.
Oh,
do I say this or do I...
Magni's in the wall, and he's now had to rejoin the circuit, and he's dropped down many positions. But oh no, look at this! Look at this action going into Parabolica. Ishkin, Canton Dobra, and also Julian in front. Fantastic battling in Parabolica onto the exit, going down into the first turn. You can just see up ahead a Red Bull versus Byland. Here we go. It's Sinike versus Byland going down into turn 1. Who's going to get the better of who? The other AlphaTauri in the background, just watching this occur. It's Ali Ferrari. It doesn't look like it's going to be any side-by-side action going into turn 1 between the 2 of those. But it looks like Ishkin and Julian will have their side-by-side action. But it quickly comes to a close with Ishkin getting the overtake. Julian, though, is going to have to force to squeeze SK to the side of the barriers here. But he's not going to defend the position too well, if I'm quite frankly honest. So what is that dive bomb there by Kevin Byland? But it somehow works. Somehow the team players work for the both of them there, and both the AlphaTauris now into the points with Ali Ferrari getting to P10 and Kevin Byland into P9. What a start here in Monza.
Pistol, watch out for Maffeo, because I'm not even going to say anything because I will jinx it, but we've now got Ali Ferrari in the slipstream of Kevin here. I think the AlphaTauri's are trying to work together here.
And looks like the Rebels wasn't looking to work together either. I mean, wasn't looking to work together. A little bit of a contrast there, but Semi-K is going to get the run down here on the AlphaTauri of Kevin Boylan going into Parabolica. We saw some racing in Parabolica just a few moments ago. Side-by-side action once more. Semi-K versus the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri is going to get the better turnout of the two of them, but on the exit of Parabolica, look at the pace that Semi-K has due to that DRS, that ERS usage. Now going down towards Ali Ferrari. Red Bull versus AlphaTauri. It's an AlphaTauri, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Red Bull. Here we go. There goes Kevin Boylan. What a dive!
And there's been a spin! There's been a spin! Oh, for fuck.
And Kevin Boylan, by sending that down in the inside into turn one, just sent it a little bit too much, ended up on the gravel, and Semi-K's gone round because of it. Yurian versus SK now, going into Curve Grande, and now, potentially, Yurian can go up the inside of the Red Bull in front. No, he's still stuck side by side with SK into the second chicane. That battle is shortly over, with SK getting the overtake, Canton Dobra getting very close up behind the Alfa Romeo's rear wing. It looks like a little bit of a slippage down into one of the Lesbo turns, and he almost lost his back end. Maldi, what have you made the start?
For Sam, you know. I felt really bad for Sam, I'm not going to lie to you. Really bad.
Roots.
Can you hear me?
Anyways, no, yeah.
I'm just like, he had a spin before, he then, you know, got hit into the first corner here. He's now down to P15 again. It's just like, can Sem have a break this season? Like, when is his break going to come, you know?
Well, I'm not too sure when he's going to get that break. I mean, to be honest, he has been kind of screwed over.
I'll tell you something, Pistol. Wait a minute, because Adam Hunlow is catching to the back of Boas. We've been so concentrated on the midfield battle, Pistol. And there is now a four-way battle commencing between Boas, Adam, Maffio, and Daniel. Maffio is in P4 right now. I don't want to jinx anything, Pistol.
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, just don't say it.
I'm not saying nothing.
Don't say it.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not jinxing anything. But all I'm saying is, Maffio is currently P4. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. That's a check on the radio. Adam Hunlow here, trying to get very close here to the back of Boas, maybe going down into Parabolica. He could look for a manoeuvre on the Williams driver. How is this exit going to be? On Ascari here, he's going to use a little bit of that ER. It looks like Boas, though, is just pulling away. You can just see that ERS usage by Boas. He's been trying to pull this gap out to 1 second, but he's just not managed to do it. Going into Parabolica now, Adam Hunlow is going to get the run down into turn one on Boas. He's going to have that DRS and ERS usage in his back pocket to look for the overtake. DRS wide open going down into the first turn. Is he going to get close enough to look for an overtake? Looks like Matthew is closer to Adam Hunlow than Adam Hunlow is to Boas. So it just seems like, despite the fact that Adam Hunlow is still within that DRS, it's not really working out to any effect as Canton Dobra peels into the pit lane here, lap 10 of 27, to change from mediums over to hards. What do you think of that, Maldi?
Oh, that might be good for the undercut here. I always like to speak about undercut and like to do the undercut myself. That could be pretty good for him in terms of getting a few positions from that pack. But Boas is really struggling here.
Yes, and well, Adam Hunlow, like I said, despite being within DRS, he just has not been able to look for an overtake on Boas. Going on to the penalty slip, if anybody's interested. 3 seconds for Segech, 5 seconds for Kevin Byland, and 5 seconds for Magni. Those are all the time penalties you need to know here, lap 10 of 27 in the Monza Grand Prix. And Adam Hunlow here is going to get closer and closer here to Boas. Yeah. And now can he use that ERS to his advantage? You could just see 24%, 22% here for Boas going down into Parabolica. Just as he burns out that ERS and burns it to no good use. Surely an overtake will come soon here for Adam Hunlow, as now he'll surely get the run down here on Boas going down into turn one. How much ERS is Boas using? Using quite a little bit going down into that first turn. But yet again, Adam Hunlow just can't get a run down on him. And it looks like Maffio is still keeping within that DRS, just a massive DRS train from P2 to P5. What do you make of this, Maldi?
It's been a very interesting Grand Prix. I just feel really sorry for Sem again, I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, don't feel so sorry for Sem, because now he is in a battle at the back. He's got Kevin Byland, SK, Julian in front of him, so battle could commence with him. He could get some action for himself. We could get some action here with, though, DJ Danny and Segech. DJ Danny's going to have that DRS, has the better tyres in terms of actual mediums, and you can just see Ishkin getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. You know, Monza's not typically a track where you could get tons and tons of penalties, considering there's a few corners. So I feel like penalties.
No, Pistol. No. I'm sorry. It is. Monza is one of them tracks where you're going to get a lot of corner cuts because it's got chicanes and it's got, So.
Well, here's Ishkin. Look at that, right at the back of Ali Ferrari. Thank you for telling me, though, that this track is actually quite a bit of a tough one in terms of penalties. Really do appreciate it. But Ishkin's getting quite close to the back of Ali Ferrari, going down into Parabolica. Seems like he just got really close going down into Ascari. Can he get close going down into that first turn where we see so many overtakes being performed? Looks like Adam Hunlow can't get that overtake that he's been wanting for quite some time. But can Ishkin get this overtake he's been wanting on Ali Ferrari? I don't think he will, but just up ahead, you just see DJ Danny versus Segech going into that first turn. Mercedes versus Aston Martin. Looks like Segech will be looking for a switchback, but he's not going to get it due to the pressure behind by Ali Ferrari. And DJ Danny up the inside, up the inside, round the outside. He gets the overtake done and dusted.
And Sem's going to be in the slipstream of Kevin Byland here as they come into the chicane.
Doesn't go for the move, though. I think that's very smart, because, you know, that turn isn't particularly a place for overtaking, and if you do go side by side through there, what you do tend to do is actually cause contact most of the time and actually sometimes take each other out. But now you can just see Adam Hunlow. Look at how close he's getting over to Boas, going down into Parabolica. That is a much closer gap than we have seen before. So can Adam Hunlow finally get that overtake? We will see just momentarily, as you can just, at least much closer now.
I'm not going to lie to you, Pistol, sorry. I think Boas is running 0-0 wings.
Potentially, but we're going to take a look at Ali Ferrari here again. I don't feel like Adam Hunlow's going to get that run done into turn 1. No, he's not. He's not gonna be looking for a move there. And now we're gonna turn our attention to potentially 3 wide going down into that first turn. No, the Mercedes pulls into the pit lane, and now it's Ali Ferrari versus Patrick Segech. Segech looking to pull into the slipstream of the AlphaTauri. Can he get close enough to defend his position back? No, he won't be. And Ali Ferrari just uses that DRS, uses that slipstream, and gets an easy overtake here on lap 13 on 27.
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy race so far, Pistol. I must say, Danny's in the pits now. Set of hards for him. He'll go into the end of the Grand Prix. Let's see if Canton Dobra's going to jump him. I don't think he will.
Well, here's SK looking for the overtake here on Julian. But just behind, you can just see Kevin Byland getting an overtake there on Semi-K. Of course, the more Semi-K wastes time getting upfield, the more likely it is that Boas will win the championship, actually, by the end of UFC. So he's really got to try and get a crack on here in Monza.
Yeah, I think Pistol, I've calculated it. I think it's 26, 59 points. If the gap is more than 59 points after America, the championship is sealed. Because obviously you've got the win in the fastest lap, and then you've got the win and the sprint, and Matt's in the pits.
I genuinely had a heart attack for a second because I thought he spun. But no, he's just in the pit lane. He's just
that
in
could be
the pit
crucial
lane.
if he can get some DRS on someone. This could be a good opportunity here for Matt to jump.
Well, it's a very good opportunity here for Semi-K to get an overtake here on Kevin Byland, using that DRS to his advantage. Kevin Byland going to pull behind to use that slipstream going down into that first turn, but he's not going to get an overtake. But just up ahead, you can just see, looks like there's action between SK and Julian Kalandovic. And looks like he just went round the outside and on the inside, of course, on that second turn of his chicane, and gets the overtake done and dusted.
Yeah.
Now it's Semi-K's turn to look for an overtake, like I said last time. This chicane, it's not very useful to get an overtake, and there you can just see that's why. Going down into the Lesbo, though, 3 abreast going into that. One right-hander of 2. There's contact between SK and Semi-K, and that causes SK to go round, turn round, flip upside down. Mafia picks up a free position, though, on his, would you say undercut, Maddie? Would you call this an undercut, Mafia?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Well, let's see.
It's crucial that Maffeo just now, doesn't get held up by the traffic. He hasn't got held up by the traffic at all.
And in the pit lane is
and they're all in the pits
GS
now.
Porty. My apologies. Also Adam Hunlaw and also Daniel. Looks like both those still staying out on track. The Williams driver right now sitting comfortably in that P1, but granted that is due to people peeling into the pit lane. But here comes Maffeo though. How useful is this undercut going to be for him? Of course, take your notes now for Wednesday. Maffeo climbing up positions here. He's going to be side by side here with the Haskell going down into turn 1. Not particularly.
He needs to get this position done because he got it. He got
down inside. In the position. Gets the overtake. He's back into the points. Well, he already was in the points, but now he's got even more points from that as well. Porty looking to get an overtake here on Kevin Byland. Of course, he's going to have those better tyres on those hards due to
the Ferrari needs to get past him, Pistol, because now
that's a massive mistake. That's a massive mistake. That's a massive mistake from Porty, and now Adam Hunlaw could potentially get the benefit of the doubt and get the overtake on the Ferrari going down into the Lesbo. Can he get this overtake? It will be so crucial for this Grand Prix. Adam Hunlaw versus Porty. ERS. DRS being used, going down into Ascari. Can he get the overtake? No, he can't. Maffeo just watching this all behind. Not going to look for a move on anybody. Doesn't want to risk it. Going into Parabolica now. Is there going to be more action between Porty, Adam Hunlaw, and also Maffeo? Let's take a look. Adam Hunlaw, he's going to have that ERS to his advantage. Going down into Parabolica. Pulls alongside with the Ferrari. Ferrari gives him a little squeeze. Down the inside, the McLaren goes.
And Julian Span, he's gone off the cut track. Julian Span out of the Italian Grand Prix.
Maffeo picks up 2 positions in 1 as both Adam Hunlaw and Porty made contact going into Parabolica. They both went wide. And Maffeo, right now, ladies and gentlemen, do not scratch your eyes. Maffeo, Boas needs to peel into the pit lane. Right now, Maffeo is leading a Grand Prix.
No, he's not pissed, Matt. He's in B2.
Well, he's gonna. Boas is gonna peel into the pit lane, so Maffeo will lead at some point if he can defend this position, of course.
This race has been mental.
It truly has.
On?
Surely Boas peels into the pit lane right now, and then Maffeo's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm living in dreamland. I'm P1, baby."
They definitely understood the assignment for today's race. I'll tell you that for free.
Looks like Porty as well. Might actually have a 1 second gap over to Daniel, but no.
And Daniel's going to be quite quick as well.
Well, here comes Daniel. He's got that DRS to advantage, looking to pull alongside. Actually backs out of it. Smart. Ascari is not a place you want to go side by side. And Boas peels into the pit lane. Can Daniel actually overtake Maffeo before Maffeo can claim his P1? For the moment, maybe the Williams actually gets the DRS on the exit of Parabolica on purpose. No fancy stuff here. Just stay in front, trying and keep that gap. And it looks like DJ Danny's out of the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like DJ Danny is out of the Grand Prix. And it causes a safety car here. And it looks like Boas, this has been timed perfectly. Timed perfectly. That's just what Boas needed.
Lying.
And now Maffeo, he's been so unlucky. And Boas is actually now leading the Grand Prix.
You're fucking lying.
That is just so unlucky for Maffeo.
You're fucking lying. No.
Well, it's only a VSC, Melody. It's only a VSC. So we'll get kickstarted
very
shortly.
Yeah, but Matt would have got the position, Pistol.
Well, when you think about it, Melody, it's actually it could be kind of better here for Maffeo. Boas, if we go green once more, Boas is gonna have those cold tyres. Maffeo's gonna get potentially an easy overtake.
Nah, man, you could have got the position.
DJ Danny, how dare you? Anyways, restart of the VSC will happen very shortly. This is just what Boas needed to keep his P1 on the track right now. Maffeo must be raging a bit.
Racing now. Is it still yellows?
No, it's still yellows, even though people are going quite fast. It is still yellows for the moment. I'm sure we'll go back to green very shortly. And now here we go. We're back to green.
We're back racing. Maffeo,
here we go.
Here we fucking go.
Maffeo, can he get the rundown going into turn 1? Can he get the overtake on Boas, which we all desperately want to see? Here we go. Boas.
Pistol is going to have DRS as well.
Yeah, here we go. DRS, wide open here for Mafio. Is it just the high wings for Boas that actually makes him keep this lead for the moment? Here we go, Mafio. No, he's not going to have the pace. He's not going to be able to look for the move here on Boas on that restart of the VSC. And it looks like Boas actually has around the same amount of ERS as Mafio. This is if you're a Mafia fan right now, you're not wanting to see this.
Yeah, me. That's literally me.
Well,
I'm shitting myself here.
Looks like Canton Dobra versus Semike. Looks like a decent battle here going into the chicane. On the exit chicane, there's actually quite a big gap built up between the two of them, so we won't have our attention fixated on that. But Mafio, yeah, such an annoying moment for him. That VSE came out literally perfectly for Boas. A very lucky man Boas is to actually keep this P1 at the moment. And let's take a look at the ERS. Literally the exact same for both of the men.
Yeah, if I was Matt Pistol, if I was Mafio, I would be so pissed. So pissed.
Well, we all know how Mafio's like. He's always resilient, and he's always going to pick up the points. So we'll see what Mafio can do going into Parabolica on the exit and potentially into that first turn. Can he get the overtake? Segech with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Parabolica there.
Here we go, down into the first turn. Not going to be close enough at all, Mafio, to look for this overtake. Not by the skin of his teeth. But here comes Alan Hunlaw on port C, potentially. No, he's actually going to have to stay behind. The McLaren did not get the rundown I thought he was going to get. And stays behind the Ferrari going into that first turn. Ali Ferrari picks up the fastest lap on the Grand Prix so far with the 120.
And he's going to get past EFI as well. Or FA.
Yep, and Ishkin into that first turn. Not going to be able to keep that position for long. Locks up going into that first turn as well. So we'll see what happens onto the exit. Seems like Ali Ferrari is going to keep that position. And he's done well so far in this Grand Prix, Ali Ferrari, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I think all the eyes now, Pistol, are on this top 5 battle. Boas, Mafio, Daniel, Primo, his name is in real life. Third name, so I'll call him Primo. And Adam Hunlaw. I don't know how to pronounce that name, fortunately.
Well, here we go.
I do like Pistol, how PlayStation have got gamer tags. PlayStation, Xbox have got gamer tags, and on PC, you're seeing like Ife Ishkin and Julian, and Kevin Bylan.
Well, hold on. Maldi, I'm actually seeing something here. It looks like Mafio has the higher wings on Boas. Actually, if you just compare the miles per hour, you could just see that Mafio definitely has the edge in terms of miles per hour here. You can just see
but he's got DRS as well.
But he just cannot get the rundown into turn 1. I don't know why. Maybe it's because
he needs a really good. The thing is, he needs a really good exit out of Parabolica, or he needs to save up his ERS for later on in the Grand Prix and hope that Boas uses it all up. At the moment, Boas is on 24 and Mafio's on 28, and you've got Daniel behind these guys on 50.
Well, Ishkin and Ali Ferrari just made contact. Something to cut you off there. And Ishkin now into the gravel, into the grass. And Semike, his teammate, will actually get a free overtake on him. Just that one step closer to closing down that gap to Boas. But right now, it's pretty much impossible to close the gap down to Boas. As Boas is in P1 and my HDMI cable has turned off. And it's fine now. Sorry, I just couldn't see anything on screen for a second. My HDMI cable likes to do that sometimes.
Good job you weren't streaming then, isn't it?
And oh God, God's sake!
Oh no, you're streaming. What am I talking about?
It's
right, Matt's in the slipstream.
Well, here we go. Mafio into the slipstream once more. Going to go down into that first turn. Yeah, it does actually show up a black screen whenever that happens. So yeah, just a little flash of a black screen though. But yeah, if that does happen, I sincerely.
Yeah, Pistol. Sorry to cut you off. Mafio just doesn't have the traction out of Parabolica compared to Boas. He's obviously got the speed down the straight.
Well, I can tell you one good thing, by the way, and that's the fact that he's got much more ERS now, actually, on Boas in this Grand Prix now, as Ali Ferrari and Segech going to be close going into that first turn, but Ali Ferrari just pulls alongside, gets the overtake. No questions asked, but like I said, Mafio does have the more ERS. Could that come into a key factor later on in this Grand Prix? Potentially, he could use it to his advantage, get the overtake, and then finally proclaim some 25 points.
Come on, Mafio. Come on, don't fuck this now, come on.
Well, he might actually, because you can just see 8/10 now the gap to Boas. He's really got to try and keep that gap under 1 second now. And if he doesn't do that, you can say goodbye to this potential victory. I mean, right now, in terms for the Williams racing team, they're currently P2. Right now, it's put them P1 in the standings in the constructors. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Mental. And obviously, this would put Boas in a great position for that championship as well, Pistol. So to clinch it in USA.
Both men using their ERS on the exit. You can just see how much more Mafio has compared to Boas. Going down into that first turn, looks like Boas is still going to be able to keep the position. But now he's got red. He's flashing red. This is now a signal to Mafio. Maybe get a move on.
This is Matt now. Matt's going to be licking his lips. Do you understand? He's going to be licking them lips now. Here we go. Come on.
There we go. Can he get the overtake on Boas in this Monza Grand Prix? But also, we can't count out Daniel just up behind. You know, he can definitely still get an overtake, an unwanted overtake on Mafio.
Yeah, watch out for Daniel as well. Watch out for FG Daniel as well.
Very quick drive, and you kind of have to be in FGE, let's be honest. As Daniel on the exit of the first Lesbo into the second one for Mafio. You can just see, it's just the Lesbo section where you could just see the more higher downforce for Boas actually coming into play, where that gap is able to build up to around 8/10 or so.
Come on. Oh, he's gone deep, that's gone deep, come on!
Big mistake there from Mafio. He's just about been able to keep it under 1 second going into Parabolica. You can just see the rundown now. Using that ERS there from Mafia. Rundown going into Parabolica was very good. On the exits of Parabolica, he's not going to get quite their exit.
Parabolica.
It's just what he needs, but can he get it? No more mistakes like that, Mafia, please. We have 5 laps left to go. Please don't mess us up. DRS going to be wide open now for Mafia going into that first turn. You can just see, though, he's never going to get close enough from that far back. And you can just see Daniel just up behind, almost actually looking for an overtake. Almost gets a little bit of a spin there as his back end just decided to yeet for a second.
Don't fuck this.
Ishkin, 5-second time penalty for speeding to the pit lane, but he won't care as he purposely DNFs just because he cannot be bothered. But Mafio really trying to get past Boas and potentially take a victory here in STB. Well, of course, he won a race quite some time back, and this would be absolutely fantastic. Poetic if he could here, but you can just see it's just the Lesbos. That's what's coming fatal here to Mafia. He's now without 1 second. He's got that DRS though, luckily going into the Ascari section. DNF here for sorry, no, he's just returning to the pit line. I thought that could have been a potential safety car, which I think Mafia would like at the moment, let's be honest.
Boas made a little bit of a mistake there through the Ascari section, Pistol.
And now Mafio
had a bit of a slide.
Yep, and now Mafia could potentially jump on Lang and get an overtake on Boas. It seems like Boas actually using that overcut to his advantage because now he's got 3 laps fresher tyres, which must be taking a massive factor into play of him actually potentially beating Mafio, his teammates, tonight. We've got around 3 more laps left to go. You can just see closing down that gap, closing down that gap, closing down that gap is Mafio on Boas. You can just see he goes a bit deep into that first turn, into the second turn.
Can't believe it. Daniel's made a mistake on the curb. That's going to give Matt some breathing space.
Indeed it does. All eyes fixated on Boas here. Can he keep his cool against his teammate just up behind? Can he potentially keep his goal and get the victory, the 25 points which he so desperately needs going into the USA? Or will Mafio, the surprise man out of absolutely nowhere, could he potentially get a victory here tonight, his first one in years? Well, the fairy tale ending would have to be awarded to Mafio, but in terms of the championship ending, you've got to hand it over towards Boas, and it looks like Mafio. Yeah, Mafio's looking like he's getting more to grips with his tyres now, as we'll shortly go into the Ascari section. Mafia versus Boas, the 2 Williams going at it here in this Monza Grand Prix.
Perfect, it's got to be perfect. It's perfect, 2/10 is the gap. Come on.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 4/10 now, it's built up just to Boas just absolutely using and abusing that ERS. Going down into Parabolica. On the exit of Parabolica there, it's Mafio versus Boas, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5/10 the gap. Can he close it down just enough to get an overtake here on Boas? Looks like Mafia actually does not use any of his ERS. Going down into the first turn. Just saving up. Going into that first turn now. Bowers versus Mafio. I've said it so many times, but it is so intriguing to watch. On the exit, Mafio using that ERS to his advantage, potentially. You know, you got Bowers wasting all of that ERS, and then you got Mafio. He's saved up 30%. He's going to use it potentially at any time, and could get a victory here in Monza. We've got 2 laps. 2 laps of nail-biting action. Who's going to get the better of who? Canton Dobra, 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. 7/10 now the gap.
Watch this.
7/10, now 8. On the exit of the second Lesbos, not particularly fantastic for Mafio. He's now looking to close down the gap here to see Bowers. It's closed on a little bit, but not to his liking.
He's gone deep.
He's gone deep. He's gone quite a bit deep there, but using that ERS to his advantage.
He's still caught him. He's still caught him by about a tenth or so.
It's just because of that ERS. It's all down to that ERS usage. Going into the final lap now, if you're Bowers right now, you have to save up. Penultimate lap, and if you're Bowers right now, you've got to be saving up some ERS, and on that final lap, just absolutely burn it out and see what you could do. And it looks like Mafio, when he goes on to that final lap, he's going to have much more ERS to his play. So this could potentially mean that Mafio could get a last lap battle here.
Matt needs to just
Bowers.
Keep it calm now. Get on every exit of the corner. He needs. Come on, Matt.
Using that ERS now into the right-hander. What a fairy tale story it would be. 9-year anniversary in STB and Mafio to get a victory. Could it happen? Bowers versus Mafio. 12 lap old medium tyres to 9 lap old medium tyres here. Going into the Lesbos. Can Mafio keep his cool? Can he get it within the 1 second mark into that first Lesbo? It's okay. Going into the second, he's got the DRS. That's very key. He's got that DRS. Going down into Ascari, it's a 1 second gap. He's going to close that up with his ERS, with his DRS as well. You could just see 5% ERS here for Bowers. Going into Ascari, Mafio versus Bowers. Could it happen? Going on to the final lap here. It's Parabolica. And now we go on to that first turn. Is Mafio just going to absolutely abuse that ERS going into the first turn? Or is he going to keep his calm and potentially find an overtake later on in the lap? If you're Mafia right now, I think you just use all this ERS right now. Get the overtake on Bowers going down into the first turn. He's using a lot of his ERS. He's burning it all out. He's burning it all out. DRS wide open here for Mafio. Can he get close enough? I don't think he will. I don't think he will. Bowers staying ahead of his teammate Mafio into that first turn, locking up just a tiny bit. Mafio does. Got 11%. Bowers on 8%. 13% here for Mafio. He's going to use that ERS to his advantage. Croken falling down the order as he gets overtaken by Ali Ferrari, but I don't think that matters right now. Final lap of this Monza Grand Prix. But you could just see Daniel just in the background. Could be causing a ruckus here on Mafio's race. And now here we go into the Lesbos. See Bowers versus Mafio. Bowers didn't have the greatest of the first Lesbos. Into the second one on the exit. DRS going to be wide open. Burn all that ERS out, Matt. Come on. Into the Ascari section now. Just using that ERS. But you can just see Daniel just behind. Not going to look for an overtake. Blinking lights here for Mafio. Goes a little bit deep into Ascari. Into the left turn now. Burn that ERS out. It looks like Bowers, he's got 32%, 1% left of ERS. It's all down here onto the final lap. Last turn. Bowers will go round Parabolica. Can he get the victory? Mafio goes deep. And now the victory will go over to Bowers. It's massive for him as going down into USA. He gains a very crucial 25 points. But we could have seen a fairy tale ending as Mafio comes across the line in a disappointingly, not as in disappointingly as in it's a bad position to get on the end of a Grand Prix, but in terms of what he could have had, in terms of what the headlines for this race would have been, you could say it is quite disappointing. And it looks like Bowers P1, Mafio P2. What do you think of that, Maldy?
Just wow. Absolutely incredible stuff. Some great racing tonight, Pistol. I must say, some fucking incredible racing. Like, happy fucking birthday to STB. Like, fucking incredible. That really reminded me of old kind of season 1 races. We had like 5 people in battle. It was absolutely incredible. GX Primo, his name is. I'm going to call him Primo. Could have been better for him, but EP4. have been worse as well for the Ferrari driver.
So
But yes, Pistol, what was the points gap between Sem and Bowers going into Italy?
it was 35 points, and now with that 25 point gap, and I think Simi K actually finishing second. That's a 23 point gap, and that's going to be around 58 points going into USA.
Sem got that's 21 points more that Bowers got. So what was the gap? 35.
Yeah.
21. So that's 56 points. So yeah, I think if Bowers 56 points, if Bowers finishes 8th or above in USA, he has won the championship in USA.
Well, he's also won Monza to the upset of I've got to be honest, me and Maldi. But nevertheless, if Sebos does want to take an interview, we will invite him to the party. We will also invite Mafio.
First was Bowers, second was Mafio, third was FG Daniel, fourth was Primo, fifth was Adam Hudnall, sixth Ali Ferrari, seventh Crooken, eighth STB 70k. I mean, it's just not been the season for him. We'll obviously see him back after his holiday in Mexico. Season, I think. Absolute just upset and sadness for 70. Ninth is Segic. 10th, King Julian. 11th, SK. 12th, Kevin Byland. 13th, Magni. 14th, Rick. 15th, Canton Dobra. And your non-finishers were F.A. Ishkin and DJ Danny. I mean, a pretty bad race for Sem, really. I do feel sorry for him. I don't know if Bowes is going to the party with us, but we have got the oldest, or the longest running in the lobby STB driver on the 9th year anniversary with a podium. Matt, welcome to the party. Include your audio. You know the drill. It could have easily, it could have been a win. It could have been that opportunity to win the Italian Grand Prix. But yeah, take us through your race. It looked like you had some incredible pace. Well, it just weren't to be today. But P2, you must be very, very happy with P2 today.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. I'm a little bit irritated he didn't get the win, but I see Bowers, he just had the edge. He was managing his ERS perfectly, I think, all race. But yeah, good start, gained a place, I think. And then, yeah, I think I was running P4, P5 for majority of that first stint. I decided to pit a lap earlier because C. Bowers was in front of me. I thought I'd rather get an early pit stop in first and not have to worry about doing an extra lap after him. And actually worked out because I got the Ferrari as well. And I just about got ahead of the Haas of Daniel as well, which was perfect. But unfortunately, some slower cars I haven't pitted were ahead when I tried to battle the McLaren Adam ahead of me. So I couldn't actually make the overtake, but then actually getting screwed over through the last corner, split through the insides. And yeah, after that, it was just catch up with that on Seabowers. But Seabowers, he was too quick for the second sector. So every time I come to the DRS, it just wasn't quite there. And I never got quite close enough to actually make a move. So, but yeah, I'm happy with the pace overall. Really happy with it.
I would just want to take your viewpoint on when that VSC actually started. Of course, with Bowes getting that pit. What was your mind? What was your thought as soon as that VSC came out? Were you calm, collected, or were you just mad, angry?
I was calm. To be honest, I was a little bit annoyed as well because I was also annoyed, but I was also relieved because obviously Seabowers got a little bit of help for the VS6. Obviously, we had to slow down the straight. I could have got ahead of him. Could have. I actually might actually got ahead of him, but I was running very low on ERS. And I was worried that Daniel would actually overtake me because I had no DRS and he did. So I was actually worried he was going to overtake me. But actually having Bowers ahead of me kept me ahead of Daniel. So because I had the DRS on Bowers. So it was like annoying that I could have taken the lead, but at the same time, I think it actually did me a favour keeping the car behind me. So it was like a win-loss, I guess. But yeah, the virtual safety car was fine though. I wasn't exactly not doing anything.
Well, thank you very much, Matthew, for taking your time out of your day to do this interview. But I'm not the owner of STB. I've not been here for all of the 9 years that has happened in STB, but I can proudly and confidently say that the moments I have been here, it has been absolutely fantastic. The community is always nice, always helpful to work out any situations that you have. The owner, Malady, of course, Mafia, your admins, also nice, super helpful with everything they do. And every time I wake up in the morning where I get to commentate for STB in the night, I'm so excited to do so. So I would like to thank me personally. Thank you very much, Malady, for having me here for the very short period that I have had here in STB. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. But like I said previously, I am not the owner of STB. And to let you go through the outro for a little bit of a nice moment. Would you like to take the way, Malady, and end us off here with the 9-year anniversary?
Thank you, Pistol. Thank you to everyone once again that has raced today, everyone that's tuned in, and everyone that has competed in the STB Racing League. Whether you are David Talley from Season 1, whether you are some guy, whether you are Alex Turek Stone, if you are the Corridor X, if you're Tossex Fusion, if you're Bira Bruno Will, Linda, if you're STB Samike, running off all the champions I'm doing, by the way. Booker 89, of course, all these incredible drivers that have taken the crowns in STB. I want to say thank you to everyone that's competed. Today is our birthday, 9 years anniversary, but we will continue to celebrate throughout the week. You can join Maffio and Pistol for tomorrow's Tier 2 Italian Grand Prix, which is going to be absolute carnage. I can't wait to be a part of that race. I will be racing tomorrow as well, guys. So Buyaka in the Monza. And then we're going to do it all over again. The Tier 3 Championship leader and the combined Championship leader, STB Malady, will be back on the track in Monza, ready to tackle the two lesbians of the Monza circuit. So we'll see you then. If you don't want to watch them, we are celebrating the league this week, so pretty bad not to. You could witness Boas. Them can't win next week. Most likely, Boas will be crowned the world champion next week at the United States Grand Prix at Austin. So do join us for that. Anything can happen though, so yeah, do join us for that. But yeah, until then, thank you. Happy 9 years to the league, and Booyaka in the place.